So let's talk about the email that Lyft sent some drivers about using third-party apps and the threat of deactivation. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the Rideshare Guy. And that's right, Lyft sent an email to a number of different drivers about third-party apps, and if they continue using them, they could face deactivation. So let's talk about this, what's going on, and why this is a problem, as well as why would they even care about third-party apps. So first off, let's talk about what happened. So Lyft sent out an email to certain drivers who appear to be using third-party apps and threatening them with deactivation against Lyft's terms of service. The problem with this is they've had this in their terms of service forever, and now after 10 plus years, they're actually making a little stink about it. So what's going on? Well, what's going on is third-party apps are helping drivers. They're helping drivers earn more. They're helping drivers pass on rides that are not good enough, which means they can actually take into account your particular expenses for your particular ride that you are driving on and telling you, hey, is this ride going to be worth it for you or not? They're also giving great information to drivers that these apps just are not giving. So it helps drivers earn more in less time and be able to take home more pay. As Sergio just put on the last Show Me the Money Club that we were part of, he talked about if drivers just made $2 more per hour, that can equate to over $5,000 a year extra. These companies, do they want that? Apparently not. Apparently what they want is just drivers to accept whatever comes their way, whether it's profitable or not. In fact, Lyft's CEO, David Risher, says, trust the algorithm because the algorithm will not steer you wrong. It's designed to steer you right. But in fact, that's actually wrong because we've seen rides that come to drivers that are absolutely unprofitable, whether they're way too long and they hit the Lyft cap of $300 or they're way too short and they're just $1.87 for a 10-mile ride or whatever because you have to go so far to pick up a passenger. So this is a real problem here. These third-party apps are actually designed to help drivers earn more and maximize more. Here at the Rideshare Guy, we always say that. You want to earn more, maximize your time, and then at the end of the day, you're able to either work less or bring home more, depending on what your goals are. So when it comes to Lyft being anti-driver and putting this problem into drivers by saying, hey, if you're using these third-party apps, well, you know what? You might not be able to drive for us anymore. That's a stupid way of looking at it, in my opinion, because again, you want to be able to have more information at hand. So apps like Solo, Gridwise, Gigu, Maximo, Mystro, a lot of these different ones that are out there, there are great tools to be able to use to help educate yourself on where to be, when to be, how to plan for your week or your day, depending on when you're going out, knowing and understanding your expenses, and just being able to see what is going on and have more information at your fingertips. So why would Lyft do something like this when it comes to that? And I think it goes back to them saying, trust the algorithm because the algorithm knows best. Well, the reality is the algorithm is working in favor of Lyft. It's not working in favor of you, the driver, or the passenger. They want to try to raise the prices on passengers as much as they can without them saying, no, I'm going to go to Uber or another rideshare platform that might be in their area. Or the other side of that is also that they are trying to say, hey, we're going to try to give the ride to the driver for as little as possible, where we can collect the maximum amount of money. So that is the algorithm at hand. The algorithm works perfectly for Lyft, not for the driver and not for the passenger. So these tools that are helping drivers be able to get a little bit more, whether that's $2 extra an hour or maybe a little bit more, depending on how their skills were prior to using third-party apps. This is a massive anti-driver campaign that they are doing. And when it comes down to it, there is a threat of deactivation. So if you don't want to be deactivated when it comes to driving for Lyft and using third-party apps, you may want to think twice about that. But If you don't think that they're going to threaten this deactivation and actually follow through with it, then if you want to use third-party apps, that's going to be up to you. It's your choice and what you want to do. But do I think that there is them... But do I think that they're actually going to deactivate you? Honestly, I don't know. I hope that they're not going to be deactivating drivers, because the drivers that are using these third-party apps are probably better drivers than the most drivers that are coming on platform, because they're probably not the best when it comes to new drivers. But that means that they're not tainted when it comes to being able to know what rides are profitable and not. Where it comes to that, again, accept the algorithm that it gives you, because the algorithm works in perfect favor for Lyft. It doesn't work in perfect favor for the driver. So yeah, I think this is a real problem that Lyft is trying to claim deactivation or threats of deactivation to drivers that are using these third-party apps to help automate, make things simpler, make things safer for drivers, and of course, try to earn more. Isn't that the whole point of it? Isn't that the point of being an independent contractor instead of an employee? So now Lyft is trying to treat its drivers as employees, but still say they're independent contractors? Oh, this is a big problem. But I want to know, what are your thoughts? Comment below and let us know. With that being said, rant's over. But if you want to check out the latest video, check out this one right here. We'll see you guys in the next one.